once find the scoundrel and drive him hence. Go at once find the scoundrel, drive him hence. My intrusion seems unwelcome.
I've often done things like this for opera houses and so on. What's very rare is to have the treat of having some singers there to illustrate things, and to be honest, that's what makes all the difference in the world, especially for an audience that isn't necessarily used to live opera, like a group of A-level students who haven't necessarily been very often. To have the experience of having your sort of music examples delivered by real singing actors is the most fantastic treat for them, and actually also for me. That first duet. So we'll look at the kind of musical elements. And he just sings the last two notes of each phrase. You would expect. You think of operas and you think of art, so
it's been really interactive, really engaging, and I just think the quality of what's been presented today has been absolutely top notch. It's the perfect time because the Year 13s, of course, are just coming up to sit in their exams, so for them it's really acted like as a little bit of revision, and it's actually possibly changed my mind about what we might do with the syllabus with the Year 12s. We weren't intending to use this for Section B, but we might now do that.
I thought it was interesting how they kind of went beyond just the basic analysis. So we learned more about like the history about it and the people, especially about like Lorenzo de Ponte. I thought that was quite interesting.
I thought the workshop was really engaging. I thought especially learning about the context was my favourite bit, because I didn't know, the whole sort of connecting with the French Revolution and all the sort of political movements that were happening at the time. I thought that was really interesting.
Nigel's delivery is incredibly engaging, and it was also pitched at the right level for our students. So.
It was enormous fun talking today about an opera that I absolutely love, and what was great was getting the feeling very much back from the young people who came that they feel rather the same way about it.
It's good to see kids actually enjoying and engaging with opera, because I don't really see it anywhere else. It's when I was a student at school, I didn't really study music properly for A level, and mainly because we didn't have any kind of encouragement to learn about it. It's really nice to see that today.
Seeing it coming alive as a living, acted thing is the most exciting thing you can do with it. Suddenly all those bits that are kind of vaguely funny on a CD or a video are fantastic when you see them being sort of acted out with a bit of sort of real slapstick. And by contrast, when you get to the kind of deep moments, watching some diva on a video is all very well, but you don't get kind of torn apart the way you do as when Andrea sang Dove Sono earlier on. And watching their faces was fantastic, because she just got them suddenly into this very serious place, which is exactly where the music's meant to take you, but doesn't necessarily when you're just watching a video or listening to a recording.
I really like whenever they perform something, but I also found the kind of background of the marriage of Figaro really interesting, because I didn't know anything about Mozart himself.
The kind of context side, I think is much more interesting than I had kind of given it credit for, so I think I'll definitely be adding some of that into my lessons.
A bit about Mozart's own manuscripts, which we haven't looked at. Well, it's not the first place you would think of looking. If you've got the score in front of you, you'd think there's no need to go looking in Mozart's own writing.
Absolutely, I've got so many notes from this. No, it's definitely going to help with my revision.
Thank you very much. Thank you.